Okay, so let me give you the focus that we're going to talk about today.
We'll just do it, fool.
All right.
Just talk. Because remember, we just chatted up.
Yeah, we're just chatting up. All right,
We're not even fucking. You know what I mean? It ain't even gotta be formal. For what the fuck? Like it's just.
Yeah.
We're about to put this part in as an intro. Like literally, we're just gonna intro with this.
All right.
All right. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to episode 2 on our Alter Rose podcast. We're here with your boy Frank, Chris, here too.
What's up, guys?
So we got some video for y'all on this one. Like as you can see, we're basically using Google Meets. I'm back in Texas, so I got if y'all listen on the previous podcast, you know I moved over here about like 2 years ago, so I'm back over here. Chris is back in LA. Well, he obviously, and then so we had to figure out a way on how to be able to record and do this podcast, and then be able to just get some video out, because the last one it was cool, but it was just a little audio. But yeah, so we're here now, and this is the setup.
Yeah, so I can tell that you're from Texas too, because the background you shows.
yeah. I put this little background. Sick. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what hellhole place you're in right now, but it's like,
hey, I wanted some like UV lights or stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, change it, bro. I don't know what Prego sign you got in the background. What type of sign? What are you trying to put out? But what does that say? That says Prego.
Prego? Is that what it says?
Prego? I don't know. It says it's like Prego, but yeah. But yeah, while he's changing the background, I hope y'all enjoyed the last episode. We were trying to record yesterday, but we had to sleep already because we had to both wake up early today to go surf. So we didn't really get into it. The setting took a while, just trying to figure out the Google Meet, and then even on trying to record 1080 and like the recording to save in 1080, because apparently the settings you have to do, it's called Google Workspace, and you have to make a whole setting account through that so that we can record 1080, because it was only 720, and I was like, and nobody watches 720 anymore. If you're still watching on 720, you need to get new equipment. Yeah. I don't know where you've been at. You know what I mean? You got no more excuses to be internet. Like you don't have internet nowhere because you got the Starlink internet coming around. You can just hop on that. But so we got the setting up. So that's where we at now. So cool. Chris, see that background look better.
Totally. Much better. Today we want to dive into what is living with God, and getting our money right, and breaking free from that rat race. That's what the topic is. For me this morning, like Frank mentioned earlier, we tried to do recording last night, but we couldn't, so we had to surf this morning. I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I did my duties, prep myself to go rehearse for choir, and service was awesome. Service was great. I had a good time, and it felt really good. It felt really good to go do my little service at church, and it was awesome.
At least you were inside. So, and then for me, like I went to go serve. We were at the park, bro. Now,
no way.
Not the park over here, because we don't have an actual building right now. We're just, we're serving. Well, we're having it at services at the pastor's house. And so we could do it anywhere. We could do it at his house or at the park. And today of all days, pastor decides, hey, it's nice. It's 80s, whatever.
Okay.
But the weather said it was going to rain. But the weather said it was going to rain at 4 p.m. We'll be done before then. All right. Then it said, no, it's going to rain like at 1 p.m. We'll be done before that too. All right. Tell me why it started raining from the morning, bro. It's raining from the morning. I walked out. It was already raining. And then so when we went, we pulled up. It was practice. Like we practiced a little bit. And then it was like, okay, it sprinkled a little bit, but that was it. And then like mid-service, it's floodgates, bro. The floodgates just open. It's just pouring down, bro. Now we're under a shed, right? We're not out in the open, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, man, whose idea is this? Whose man's is this? You know what I mean? Who decides who's gonna gamble with this weather, bro? Like, you know what I mean? We just had like a whole rain, like flood session, like about not long ago, and you want to gamble with it, but yeah, you know what I mean? So it just started pouring. Kids are running around in the mud, whatever. Like, it's funny, but yeah. So we had our service outside.
By any chance, were you guys singing "Let It Rain"?
Nah, we should have. We should have. That would have been fitting. Honestly, I didn't even think about it in the moment. I don't know. Nobody thought about it, but we should have definitely said "Let It Rain." Like that would have been funny.
No, coming back, I know that when you were here last week, uh, I believe Texas had a flood or was going to flood. How close were you from that affected areas?
I was about 30 minutes away from where it actually flooded, like really big, and so we were. I mean, I was fortunate enough that I was over there with y'all, like in LA, so we didn't have to deal with the rain like that. But yeah, no, it's that's sad, bro. It's sad about that flood because I think I just saw something where I haven't been looking into it, but from the last time I checked, bro, they had like over 100 people, like 160 people, like missing, and plus those kids, like, and then Pastor said that like he knew somebody that was gonna go to that camp that that they go every year to the camp, and then this year they went to a different camp. They decided to go to a different one, and so if they would have went to that camp, bro, like, you know,
Yeah.
they would have been in that same. That would have been in a situation. So it's unfortunate. I mean, like we do gotta pray for that for those families. You know what I mean? That lost somebody, and then just pray for those other people to be found. Because I think he mentioned like it was a whole cabin that they were in that it just flooded away, like or something like that. But but over here we were just like 30 minutes away from it. So
Would-
we were close. It was like it was raining over here, but you know, I was in LA, so I didn't have to deal with the rain.
mm, were you able to were you able to go past that area to kind of check it out, like to see the aftermath of how everything came out, or
No, it's 30 minutes away from like up from where I normally drive. So I could like if I wanted to, but
yeah,
there's no reason for me to.
absolutely not.
But yeah, no, it's not like I pass it up. Like it's away from it's the opposite way from where I usually go to work.
How was it when you arrived back home? Did you had a did you find your car where you were left it at?
Yeah, no, my car was still there. It was still there. It was still in the airport parking lot. So, you know, I was like, my baby, you know. But yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice because flying through that private plane, you could say, just from work, like the work perks that we have,
Okay.
just landing, even just showing up to the airport, it's like in that little private hangar area section.
Okay.
And then just went to the lobby. Oh, okay. Actually, let me get into just that morning, right? So
Okay.
so I show up because I was expecting to need like 2 hour window to go to LAX, right? Because I'm thinking, you know, it's LAX. So the car rental, I set it up for 2 hours like beforehand. I
Yeah.
get there, drop the car off, I walk out, and I'm just like, dang, I got 2 hours away. What the hell am I gonna do with my life? And I was like, I don't want to drive over there, you know, or get an Uber over there yet. And I was like, all right, let me just, you know, I'm gonna get some breakfast. I'm gonna get some breakfast. I don't know. So I was like, but I don't want to waste money to go to McDonald's and then waste money to go over there. So I was like, all right, you know what? It's a 20-minute walk. So I'll walk 20 minutes to get to McDonald's, right? Okay. So I walk. And it was a cool little walk, you know what I mean? Like, but all right, I get over there, you know, I eat my food, whatever. And I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna get an Uber now. I get out, I go outside of McDonald's and instead of like, you know, normally just normal people do it, just get their order while they're chilling inside, sitting there waiting. I went outside, whatever. I went outside. Went outside. I put on my phone. I was gonna like order a ride, and then this guy approached me. He was like, or like he was like, hey, you gonna get an Uber? You gonna get an Uber? And like, yeah. He was like, where? Like, I'll give you a ride. You know, I'll give you like, how much are they gonna charge you? And I was like, oh, I was barely gonna order it, so I don't even know. And it's like, oh, let's look it up. Like, I'll pay you. I mean, I'll charge you less. Like, you know, I'll charge you less than what it is. You know, and I was like, well, all right, you know. And we looked, it was like $12. He was like, all right, I'll charge you 10. And I was like, he was like, it's my car's over there. It's the Tesla. He had a Model Y. He was like, it's the Tesla over there. It was a black Tesla. And I was like, all right, let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's go. So, you know, and so we hop in his car. He takes me. We chatting it up. And then he had said he came from, I think around, I don't know if he said Disneyland or whatever, like just brought a family this way. And like he said he was making more money just like that. Like, so he's literally on the grind where he just be like, hey, yo, like you need a ride. Like, I don't know how tough, you know, how much rides he get, but he said he from Irvine and all this stuff. So, you know, shout out to him. Like he's over here hustling because it's like, he's just, hey, you need a ride? Like, all right, you know me, I got my Tesla. So that's how you got me in it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if he's gonna kidnap me in a Tesla, I'm just like, all right, you know what, like. So all right, so and then yeah, you know what I mean, like I ended up giving him a 20 because I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
yeah, you know what, I was like, I'm just bless him with a little bit. I was like, whatever, and then yeah, and then we just put up to the hangar, and like again, like because it's like a little private hangar thing, so put up to the hangar, just sit in a little lobby for like a minute, and then and then the guy came in and was like, hey, everybody going to Brownsville, like we'll walk out, and it was like, okay, so we all walk out. We walk to the plane, line up. They're just like, name. All right, you go here. Like, you need to get your bag looked at. And then when they came to me, it's like, all right, just go up. And it's like, bro, I didn't even need my bag I didn't even get my bag checked, nothing. I was like, man, this private life is nice, bro. Like, I'm trying to get to this, bro. I'm trying to get, you know what I mean, where you can have a private jet, just
You gotta.
pull up like 5 minutes before the plane take off, because they ain't gonna take off without you. And it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Just travel around the world like that,
Hey,
I'm like, I could get used to that.
that sounds like a nice taste that you got from there. Getting a nice high life out there.
Heck yeah, it's a motivation to be trying to get out this rat race, like we'll be talking about right now.
Absolutely. No, that's another way to view it. Like, have, like you say, freedom. We need that freedom to do whatever we want and be able to focus on things to do. Um, Coming back towards like that Uber driver that was hustling and grinding. Take my days when I was doing ride shares. I think it was Uber. I did both Uber and Lyft. And I remember that there was a time where there was a concert right here at SoFi, where they usually host a lot of those contests. And I was already picking up a passenger. Like I had like a passenger waiting, but the line to get to that passenger specifically was like so bad. Like I had cars and people were just when they were coming out of the concerts. I don't know if you guys experienced this, like a lot of people. And it's not like, oh, here I am with the phone. It's like everybody's holding their phone up. So for me, it was kind of hard to get to that person. It was like maybe like another 5, probably even more than 10 minutes to get to that person just to take him to that ride. And then I had 2 random people just come up to me, knock on my window, like, hey, are you giving out rides right now? I was like, yeah, like I'm working, like leave me alone. And then he's like, all right. They're like, all right, bet. he's like, we'll give you double of what that person if you're giving out. It's like, how much is the ride right now? I was like, $30. All right, we'll give you 60. Heck, we'll give you 80. They showed me like 20. So I was like, all right, cool. Obviously, I asked for the money first, and then
It's like, hey, okay, pay up. Like, how much? 80?
80.
All right. Make sure it's real.
Make sure
Probably
it's
get you
real
some
money.
fake bills. You little fake
Oh
bills.
man, I mean, imagine.
You gotta scratch it, like put it to the light.
I feel bad for the person that had to pick up and that money that I lost that day. If it was fake money too, it's like
Yeah.
But it was yeah. I understand the ride sharing people because there's those moments where you just want to make money.
Yeah.
And you just want to keep grinding, and if there's always an opportunity to do it, hey, why not? It's
Yeah, I
almost,
know. Like for him, like I don't even know why exactly he didn't get on the app. Like why he wasn't using the app. I didn't even ask honestly, but I don't know. He had a big old crack on the windshield, like, and I don't know if that when you do the inspection because you have that crack, like it might have not let him be on the app, and so maybe I didn't even ask. I was just like, all right, you know what I mean? Like we just talk about whatever else. But yeah, so because I think I was gonna have that situation with my car, or at least I don't even remember. I just know I had a crack on my car. It was like I gotta fix it. Kind of running it back to like earlier how you're saying, we have to wake up early, go serve a church, and then and one thing just kind of referencing back just with everything so far we talked about. One thing that I kind of just like take a moment on is like we just giving our glory to God, just giving glory to God for everything. I just want to take a little second just to just thank him for everything in our lives. And even like, I mean, just the fact that we've been talking about doing this podcast for like a minute, like, for a while, honestly, like maybe a year or so.
yeah.
And honestly, we just never really, went for it. We never, for whatever reason, whatever excuse, or we just been working and, not taking the time to do this. But honestly, I thank God because, everything in this time, right? Because how is it that now that we're going to do this, we're going to start up and in about like a week from now, I'm gonna go back in the mornings, so I'm gonna have my afternoons back again. And
Oh,
so
nice.
so then we'll be able to do this recording like, any day, not just like, oh, only Saturdays or only window. And then,
Uh-huh.
but we have family plans, so we can't record, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go back in the mornings. We'll have afternoons back. It can be with the family, and then like there'll be days we can start recording. So I just thank God for that, honestly. And then even then, like, just today, as we were playing, like we were worshiping, and I was just thinking, like, man, like I have lost a little bit of that relationship with God, and I haven't been in my word. I haven't really been listening to worship music. I haven't been like that, or even just praying, and then right now we've been on this. I've just been on this grind of like thinking about planning how to do, where the stocks and then or the real estate, learning what to invest in and all this stuff, and it's just like, yeah, today just reflecting and was like, I need to take a step back every once in a while and just, and I mean, it should be opposite, right? Like, but it should be more time with God than other stuff. But I was like, I need to take a step back and just, hey, God, like, just thank you for my life, thank you for my family, thank you for like all the situations like that you've helped me and guided me through, right? Like just for strengthening me and and just thank you for the blessing, thank God, thank you for you and for your family, like holding, giving us a space to stay when we were over there, and like even right now, just taking a moment and like a situation, just keeping it real, right? Like with my family, like my wife, she has a little situation going on right there,
Mhm.
and we were honestly talking about like her maybe having to stay a little bit longer there,
Oh, wow.
but
Okay.
but like with her being pregnant, having like the appointments over here to check that, like it was like, I don't know, and you know what I mean, like yeah, we might not be able to do it, but if I had the money, like yeah, stay there for a little bit longer, because we got to handle, like, you know what I mean, but
Yeah.
it's just like that's what we're working towards. But I want to give just little moment, just give grace to God, glory to God, because yeah, you know he deserves it all, and not even deserves it all, like he it's all his. It's all his. And so, I just thank God. I pray that, God uses this podcast and however way he wants to use it. And we'll go from there.
That's very it's very kind of you. Actually, as a matter of fact, this week I've encountered one of my old friends, and he was explaining to me that life is hard. It's not easy out there. And although he has a side hustle, even with that side hustle, sometimes it's kind of hard to even make it. And it's everyone out there. I'm pretty sure it's like they're trying to find ways of making it through, making payments on bills, uh, rent, mortgages, and they're just squeezing themselves, uh, looking for things for them to do, like like side hustles. And it's it was up to a point where he's like, "Where do you work at?" You know, he's like, where is it that you do?" Thinking that I'm very successful and I'm very that I'm making a lot of money, and I'm just like, it's like I make enough, all thanks to God.
Nah, you should tell him. You should tell him. You be like, nah. What you need a sugar mama. That's what you need. Yeah, like
I,
that's where my voice comes in. It's like a sugar mama over there. And that's what that whole inflation, right? Like inflation just making our money worth less and less. So, and we don't know about this stuff, right? We don't learn about it. They teach us like, oh, put your money in the savings, let it just sit there, save for a rainy day. And then, just having your money sitting in the savings, like technically, like you're almost losing money, because it's like it's the inflation goes up, the value of the dollar goes down, and then next thing you know, when you have to actually pull that money out, it's like you can't even buy as much as you would think. Like, so yeah, it is tough. It is tough out there. And so that's why, like, kind of touching on like wanting to get out of the rat race. It's like we really do need to start educating ourselves when it comes to finance, like really,
yeah.
and it might be like a little like a boring subject, but ain't nothing boring about being broke. Ain't nothing boring about, like, what I mean, trying to have dreams, trying to have goals, trying to, like, like get out there, trying to better yourself. Like, ain't nothing boring about that. You know what I mean? It's like we gotta really, we all gotta push ourselves a little bit to kind of like just get educated, just get in a little better state, for ourselves, for our family, like for real. We really gotta do that. We gotta like commit.
We have to find the right people to talk to as well. There's people out there that don't have if they do have friends, they're not interested about learning finance. They're not interested of knowing like, hey, what is it I need to do to get out of the rat race? Majority of the time, friends nowadays, they all they care about is about looks, how they presented themselves. That's why we have things like Instagrams and Facebooks and social media, and they want to represent. They always want to show to the world things that they don't have. They want to show the world, like merchandise that they had just bought, and or trips that they have just taken, and for some people they might see it like oh man, I want to be like that. I want to be like they are. But in reality, we don't know what they have gone through to get to that point. We don't know if they took the money that they had in the savings or the money to pay the car note, to pay for the trip,
or if they had an OnlyFans account.
Or that.
Hey, trip out. Okay. So I was trying to look at videos on how to use AI so we can like make some type of money, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm watching videos, you get sidetracked here and there, right? Stupid at YouTube videos. But so I ended up finding this video that's talking about making an AI Instagram model, and literally having like he broke it down on how to make an actual realistic AI like female, and just how to make pictures, how to generate it. And I was like, damn. And then he started talking about you can make OnlyFans content with those AIs and like making it look realistic. And I was like, bro, what is this coming to? And he said he made money off this, bro. Like he's talking about he made money off of other people, like because he had like he had caught my interest just from like just watching it, right? Just like the way he was doing it. And then where he lost me, obviously I wouldn't do no OnlyFans account like with no AI, female, right? But where he lost me when he was like, okay, so now we got to find the right audience, and we got to find 40-year-old guys that will pay for this. And I'm like, all right, I'm out. I ain't looking for no 40-year-old guys trying to, what I mean? Like, well, what I mean? Like with the OnlyFans guy, like, I ain't doing that. But I was just like I'm like, damn, like it's just crazy, like how powerful AI is really, really getting the nowadays. Where people would joke about it before, like when they'll see like, let's say that Will Smith video back in the day, when they're like, when he's eating and they're like, oh, they're making fun of it, to like now videos are even becoming even more realistic. And even more on top of that, it's like content creation is just like insane on how fast you can do it with AI. It's like you can literally just put a prompt in, and then it was just like, okay, make me a video on like me running and like a sunny day or whatever, and then it'll just like boom, like it'll give you a little movie already. And it's just like, damn, that's crazy.
And that is very insane, because I'm not gonna lie. So I myself have like my little chat GPT, and then like there's other new apps that came out, like I think it's Girl, I believe it's called. It's like an AI generates whatever you prompt it to do. And then I put a picture of myself, right? And I'm like, because I see these commercials a lot, and it's like, tell it to put you on a professional suit. I did that, and in less than a minute, you see me in a suit. The funny thing though is that you notice that it is the AI, because the facial is like, you can see kind of like, I don't know if it's pixely or it's just plastic or something in it, because I mean it's my face, but it's like too digital.
I know what you mean. Yeah. So but that's the crazy thing about it, like because there's other AI bots that you can do the same thing, and you can just keep generate again until it actually gets more realistic. And then you can even tell it like, okay, like I want more realistic, or I want more creative. And then when it comes more realistic, it's like it actually takes you, like it actually can take your face and like blend it right, and then just like it's insane, bro. It's insane. And then like, so remember how I told you earlier I think we were talking about yesterday, that I was like, all right, I was working on something.
Yes.
Okay. So before we even get into that, let's take it even a little further back.
Okay.
Crypto skyrocketing right now. To the moon. To the moon, bro.
Bro, do you remember me sending you text messages in the morning? Oh, I was at work, but I would see that thing go high.
Yeah.
And then this is what I did, right? So I sold it when it was at 109. And it's
Yeah.
just the inside, right? And I'm like, oh my God, if I've only waited, listen, if I've only waited, I would have gotten 10% more
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
what I'm like, that is insane. But this comes to show how don't always go with your gut feeling. You got to learn how to be patient.
Well, yeah. So and then imagine like patient, yes. Um, and it's more of just strategic. So we're new at this, right? We're new at it.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean, for everybody watching, like, man, we don't know nothing about like trading yet. You know what I mean? We don't know nothing about that. And then this crypto thing, it's just, I mean, we're late to the game. Like, unfortunately, with and it's excuses, right? Excuses. But unfortunately, we're like not making as much. So, you know, everything going to the bills. There's nothing like to the side. And again, like we didn't really have to that point where like, oh, I gotta do it. Like I gotta do it because it's gonna like, nah, without that drive, like, yeah, you don't want to.
Mhm.
And so it's just like we really start getting to now. And then with Bitcoin like flying through the roof, not being on top of news, because obviously we don't be looking at that. And then to find out like, you know, now the government is gonna end up using Bitcoin. And even like I have a homie right now, he was talking about it. He said that, you know, banks might start using Bitcoin. Who imagine just banks using Bitcoin? I mean, this is gonna keep. It's just gonna keep like going to the roof. When we got to keep at that point, it's not even about trading. It's about just like, all right, I'm just gonna buy into crypto right now. I just gotta put my money into crypto and just let it sit because it's gonna keep going up. You know what I mean? But all right. So from that, right, I was like, okay, I wanna do trading, right? I want to do trading in crypto because it's like the volatility, like you'll be able to like, you know, get some gains. But I'm not gonna be staring at my phone. You know, and I'm not like, I don't have the time. I'm not gonna be at home like watching on the laptop. I mean, on the monitor, right? Like doing all that. So I was like, okay, we have AI that's so fast, so powerful, can take data and just literally, you know, make you a spreadsheet, like do, you know, so quick, way faster than how we can even think. And I was like, all right, why don't I try to make a trading bot? And now I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure like other people already have like done this. They're already like working on it. I mean, there's already apps out there that probably already do it. Like I'm pretty positive on that because I started seeing it after the fact. But even before I even had that idea, I was like, you know what? Let me work on a trading bot. And I was just like ChatGPT just asking, and I was like, okay, how can I do it? How can I make a bot like off my phone, right? So it says like, okay, you can do it on the cloud. So you go to this website. You know, I can make you a code, like literally ChatGPT like wrote the code for me, like, okay, just paste it here, paste it there, like do this, do that. And then I was like, okay, how can you like, you know, how can we, you know, make it smart? How can we do stop orders, like limit orders and all that stuff, right? Like, and yeah, it was just spitting out all this code and telling me, I'll put it here, put it there, like update this, update that. And like I didn't get it to work. So what I ended up doing was I actually decided, let me do it on my computer at home,
Okay.
right? And I was watching a video, and one of the guys mentioned about ChatGPT 4.0 and just, you know, it being a little bit more smarter and more powerful. So I was like, all right, now I'm just gonna buy the subscription. You know, got to get that 4.0, got to make it a
Yeah.
little smarter. And I was like, okay, hey, let's make a trading bot. And yeah, it's like, okay, what do you want to do? You want to do it local? You want to do it on the cloud? What do you want to do it? And I spent that whole like yesterday I went to sleep at 9 a.m. because like that night, like, you know, with a couple of hours, I built my trading bot. And
Wow.
right now I literally have it active, but it's and I have to work on it, right? I have to tweak it. But it literally it's taking there's indicators that they have on the trading apps and on like the I'm using Kraken. And
Okay.
so they have indicators, right? And so it basically is looking at those indicators and is basing it off of that to be like, you know, do we have a good, you know, opportunity? And if the opportunity is not that good, then it's like it won't place a trade. But if the opportunity looks good, like if it hits a certain like, you know, rating or whatever that they go for, it'll do a trade. And so I gotta work on it because it hasn't done a trade yet. And but it's active, bro. I got my trading ball right there.
No.
Like that's
Hey,
what I was working on right now. I was just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like taking advantage.
Hey, that's how majority of them are. I feel like they're doing now. Like I think majority of the daily traders is doing the same thing. They're using AI bots uh, to indicate when to buy or when to sell or when to do the limit sells for them to gain the prosperity with it. I mean, that's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, so hopefully I can get that going. You know, I'm gonna be, and I'll let it like trade a little bit, and I'm doing like, okay, a percent of like my portfolio. So I'm not going all in type. It's just, you know, I'm gonna do trade 30% of whatever I have in there for use 30% for the trade, and then it'll put like a stop order law or like a limit order, and then if it hits the limit, it sells. Like if it dips from under, like we'll do like 1%. If it dips 1% from what I bought it, it'll sell. So it protects, like I don't lose so much money, but it'll give you opportunities to like gain some money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on right now. The crypto, like right now, bro, it's like a 120 almost. It was like a 119.
I currently have one with the limit of 121.
Yeah. But
So
even, you know what? Honestly, I think at this point, I would just let it sit for Bitcoin. I would just let it sit probably. I wouldn't even trade it. Like I wouldn't even try to trade gains, because like Bitcoin it's just gonna keep going up and it's gonna stay there. And especially like now with that, it's not gonna really like go anywhere. But again, you never know, right? Like everything is like, always with caution, and take it, do your own homework and stuff. But
of course.
I wouldn't even,
Yeah. I mean, compared to where it was last week, it was 107, and then this week is like lowest is what, 117?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy. That's insane. And I feel like with Bitcoin, if we would have started a while ago when people were saying like, "Hey, buy now," I think
Yeah,
we
a lot of people, we all missed out, bro. We all missed out on it. But it is what it is, right? And so, I mean, honestly, like I see it like that, and honestly, I don't even take it as a discouragement type. I actually take it as more of an encouragement to be like, okay, money nowadays, it's getting easier and easier to make.
Absolutely.
But it takes creativity, it takes some understanding, and it takes some learning. And so we got to learn from everybody else that's making money online and everything, like how they're doing it and like how we can do it. It's this 9 to 5 jobs, they're not cutting it anymore. It's not cutting it. People trying to live off of tips. It's like, they barely tipping or whatever. That's why they added like every single like business now has like, oh, you want to add a tip? Like, no, I don't want to add that tip. You know what I mean?
And then on top of that, it's the tips and the convenience fee.
Oh yeah, now we got convenience fees. You know what I mean? It's like they're gonna be fees on top of fees on top of fees, and it's like, bro, come on, man. I don't even want to buy anymore. I'm gonna just start growing my own shit at home. Like,
I'm surprised. Imagine I could think of it like a burger, $5 burger, right? You got the $5. What is it? 50 cents for a tip, plus the convenience of $1.
Yeah, burger's not even $5. It's like the value menu is $5, bro. It's like I went this morning to McDonald's, bro. And I go to the value menu section on that big old computer thing. I go to the value menu section, right? And I'm looking at the little value menu items, and then it says, okay, value menu combo, right? I'm tapping on it. I'm like, all right, give me that, bro. I didn't even open up. I was like, bro, give me a value menu combo, bro. It didn't even open up, bro. I was like, So I was like, fine, whatever. Give me a little sausage burrito for like $1. It was like $1.29, right? And then it was like, okay, for another $1, you can get a second one. Okay. I'm like, all right, cool. If I do just 2 little sausage burritos, that'll be plus tax, like $3. All right. Or you want to do the combo for like $5, it said. $5. I was like, hey, combo for $5. I get the 2, I get a hash brown, and then I get a drink. I bet I'll do that, right? It went up to like $8, bro. It went up to $8 in total after everything. And I'm like, bro, this is supposed to be a value menu? I was like, man, I could have just bought a regular burger. Everything's just expensive, bro. McDonald's not even cheap no more. It's like everything's just expensive.
Absolutely. I think nowadays, to even get a good meal is at least $20.
Nah, for real. Yeah. And then we got family. We got it's like $12 for head, basically.
I'm not gonna throw it out there, but back in the days when me and my family used to go out, I'm talking like maybe 2 years ago, and that's just 2 years ago. We used to get a meal from like Chick-fil-A. We'll pay like $30. Like, all right, cool. Now, no more, no less than $50.
Damn.
I'm
Kid
like,
menu. Everybody kid menu. Just
Yeah.
get you know,
No,
don't even drink.
no.
You thirsty? Don't even get a drink.
Hey,
Don't even get
you
a
want to
drink.
know the funny part about it? We get the kids menu, me and my wife, because we're like, okay, we're gonna cut back on our portion of eating,
Yeah.
And even with the kids menu, all four of us, because it's $40.
Yeah, bro. It's expensive, bro. It's expensive. So that's what we're trying to get out of that. We're trying to
Hey,
do
that's
something
why
with our lives.
That's what we're like. Hey, where's our toy or where's our ice cream cone?
Like, yeah, it
40
came with
bucks,
that.
man.
Yeah, give it. I'll take it home. I'll put it in a little ice box, whatever. Just take it home. I'll save
Yeah.
it. Bro, I did that yesterday. Like yesterday,
Oh.
I bought the Subway. So yesterday, like, so I had the flyer or whatever that come home, like with Subway, a bunch of coupons, and like there was one coupon that was just buy a whole meal and a full on any meal. It was like $9. I was like, all right, and so that was my breakfast and dinner, like yesterday. Now again, because my family's it's still over there, right? It's still in LA.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like I gotta eat. You know what I mean? So $9. Family was here. $50.
Damn. Yep. Absolutely.
I like
That
$50.
is-
I like no. It's like not even Subway. It was somewhere else. Like $50. I'm like,
And that's just for one meal, right? $50
that was
for
just
one
me.
meal.
One meal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean that's kind of a little discount though, because full lunch are expensive. One thing that we definitely gotta like push and like prioritize for us while we're like on track to try to get this wealth and everything, like get this passive income on, do all this, like it's just definitely put that time for the family and like prioritize the family, but have the conversations with our spouse, right? Like have the actual conversation with our spouse and like keep them in on like our plans and what we want to do. And then like even like our schedule right now that we're trying to do this, like, okay, talk and discuss and just say like, okay, we're gonna try to this day we're gonna try to record. This day we're gonna try to do this, or this day we're gonna try to do that.
Okay.
And yeah, just start scheduling, start having that conversation with our spouse, and then just prioritize the family. I know like my son, he right now we're about to have another kid, and we'll see how it goes. But like honestly, and I'll just be real, I don't really care about the baby like for the first 1 or 2 years. Like, as long as he got his diaper and formula, I'm like, my wife can have him.
Yeah.
And then once he starts getting bigger and he can like, he can like go out, I'm like, all right, I'll take him now. You know what I mean? But that's just how it is. You know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, it's so cute. All right, here. You know what I mean? You need a diaper change? Like, all right, yeah, I'll change the diaper. Because my wife, she's not good with diapers, bro. Like like the smell. Like if they poop, like she can't. I'm like, for me, I'm like, yeah, it stank, but it's whatever. You know, and she be like wanting to like throw up. You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just poop. Like whatever. yeah, it's healthy.
I see it every day.
It's like it's whatever. You know what I mean? I know like a lot of time, honestly, and they say this a lot, right? We waste a lot of time entertaining ourselves, trying to be like, okay, what do you want to watch on Netflix tonight? What do you want? Where do you want to go out? What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to buy? Like, oh, and I'm not saying like none of that is bad and anything, but if you don't have any type of drive or any priority or anything, I'm not saying like living that type of life is bad. It's not bad, but having an understanding is like, okay, but if you're not gonna do anything to progress yourself or grow, understand that you're gonna be struggling. You're gonna be struggling growing up. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be struggling as we get older. Like, I mean, our kids are small right now, and then as they get bigger, bro, they're gonna want more expensive stuff. They're gonna want more stuff. You know what I mean? It's like I wanted to send my son to camp this summer, and just for a week was like $200 for 1 week, and that was like half a day, $200 for 1 week. And I mean, that's like more the extravagant stuff of life, but still, you know what I mean? Like you want to do stuff like that, it's expensive. But so as the kids get bigger, they're trying to go out, whatever. And it's like, it's all money. It's all money. And then there ain't nothing left for you. So, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like we really do gotta, again, we need to start focus on what we want to do. All right, and then I want to ask and to see what we come up with, right? So,
Okay.
what is your vision for this podcast? What outcome do you want? Would you want to see from this podcast? And like, yeah, what kind of goals are you trying to meet?
Mhm. Well, first of all, like get the hang of it, kind of learn as I go. Another thing for me is I want to use it as a tool to help me with my communication skills as well. As you can see, I turned to kind of like go elsewhere where my mind says. I just want to see if I can focus on continue on having that clear conversation with using the podcast, as well as just kind of get like a make it seem like a I want to be like informing people about about God, finance, music could be another goal for it as well. Since I love music, I love playing. Maybe get a chance to have interview with people, and ask them questions. That depends on what are like you know my friend that just popped out of nowhere. He's a photographer. He does this as a side hustle. Like asking like, hey, what it took you, what punishment, like little things like that. Um, and just get it out there. Just want to grow within, see how many more viewers or listeners we can go up to, and maybe who knows, we might become something, an investment. The money might start coming in. It's just an idea. I see a lot of people doing podcasts, but they stop at a certain. They stop at once they meet a certain episodes, they just stop doing it. I'm just like, what the heck? But like for me, it's for me, it's like a hobby. I enjoy doing it. And then we just gotta come up with like more creative topics. Not only make it seem like yeah, we want to invest, but other ways like what else can we talk about? Like, because I'm pretty sure people will be like, oh, they're always gonna talk about investments, always talk about God. What is something else that we can lure people in? Like, like what's going out there? What's out there in the world that wanna, hey, by the way, like Bitcoin, like Bitcoin just took the big skydive. It just went up like crazy. You want to let people know like, hey, now is a good time to kind of sort of like look into it. Once it takes a dip, don't think about it. Just put some, make that way. That's a way to start to get out of the rat race, because you never know where, like you mentioned, you never know where it's gonna come out from. So, it's just something for me. I love marketing. You can tell that by me showing on my Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, you've definitely been like bringing it up on your stories. Like I don't even be on the stories like that. I don't even be on my on.
I still give you credit. I add you if you still I add you with Facebook. I don't think you have TikTok, so I can add you for TikTok. But
Yeah,
nah, I
got Facebook, I got Instagram, but
yeah,
I
there you
don't
go.
like,
See,
like
on
I'll hop
all of
on.
them.
I
All
don't
of
even
them,
hop
I'm
on
good.
Instagram like that often. So it's like
Okay.
I definitely don't even post anything, but I
Yeah.
might start just to promote our channel. I have to.
Yeah, there you go. See, I mean, that's the only way, and I feel like it's like social network. Same thing as work, right? It's like I could have never gotten to where I got in if I was always stuck in final assembly.
Yeah.
It's like that's the way of doing it. You got to go out there and talk to people. Like you got to go get yourself known.
Yeah, network.
And
You
then
gotta
that
network.
way, yeah, and then that way, you get more insights, more feedbacks. It might take a while, but at least we're getting our voices out there. But
Yeah.
I mean, just spread out, share. At least people know, like, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do, and if you guys like it, oh well. If you guys do, subscribe.
Nah, for real. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure put that in there.
Yeah, now for me, just backing you up on this, but also like I know you had more of the vision of wanting to do a podcast,
Mhm.
like with us, more than I have. But it is something that, like for me, I really do like the editing part, and just the setup and everything.
Yeah.
And I had to walk you through your little setup. It just be like, look, just push that button, just go here, just go there, like move that, you know what I mean? That even the camera angle, like, oh no,
Yeah.
no, move a little bit more. So yeah, like I enjoy that part of it. And
Cool.
but yeah, for a vision that I would want to have for podcasts is how you said, just teach them a little bit that we learn, and try to maybe inspire who our viewers a little bit, right? You know what I mean? And so um and then in speaking with each other, like we grow and we motivate each other.
Mhm.
And hopefully, I pray that whoever listens, like, can also be motivated too. And not just motivated like financially, but also spiritually. And then just for God to open doors through this podcast. Like how you mentioned network, right? Yes, networking. And so opening using this podcast, being able to just have us meet new people that we would have never met in our everyday lives. Uh,
I kind of get what you're trying to say. Like you're trying to, it opens up many opportunities to
Yeah,
meet new
so
people.
it's like the networking. Yeah, the
Yeah.
networking. So it's like, yeah, maybe meet new people that might even be investors. Honestly,
Yeah.
it could be other investors. It could be other people that are trying to get into investing just like us, so they want to partner up with something, and like, we can get into something. It could be connects to while we're investing, because like, and with real estate, you need to have brokers, and then later on, like, you need to have your attorneys. You need to have, if you want to make it, bigger, have apartment complexes, right? Like, you need to have those connects like that. And even just having connects to like deals that might pop up that you're
Yeah.
ready to invest, you're ready to go, but you don't know about those deals. We might be able to meet people who has those deals.
Hmm.
Might be able to meet people that have, money, that don't necessarily want to focus or deal with the deal itself, but has money to invest, and then wants to partner up, and we can get on a deal, right?
Yeah.
So like that's like, because again, yeah, we're talking about crypto, but ultimately we want to try to get into real estate. We're trying to grow that portfolio, and so we can meet people here, um, and then just bring the word of God, bring the word of God, like, probably start adding like a little Bible verses here and there. And,
Yeah.
again, because we got to include God in everything, right? Because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, God is number one, and we have to do everything for Him. And like, again, I just pray that, like, as we're on our journey to our financial freedom, that our families continue to be blessed, that we be able to bless our um not like our aside from our wife and kid, that we'll be able to bless like other family members, and through conversation, through teaching them, or even just through them seeing us do it and they want to start doing it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, like, they probably think, oh man, they ain't gonna work. Like, they just, like, they ain't gonna work. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. Like, yeah, whatever. I mean, they just wasting their time. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
cute. It's cute. you know. And then they tomorrow, like, damn, like, I probably should have hopped on that sooner. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, it's never too late. It ain't too late until you're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always start. You can always start. You know, like, even for those that might be a lot older, you know what I mean? Like, you can always start, but you just need to have that drive. And so, yeah, that's what I really want. Through this podcast, just to be able to, like, project that, say, learn from each other, teach others, and whatever God really wants to motivate us and put on our hearts to even talk about. You
Yeah.
know, and
Absolutely. And it's just people. Like, I want to also let like we're not we're not creators. We're not like big people. We're regular people. We have, you know, I have my family, your family. You have your job, I have my job, and then even with that, we still try to find time to, you know, be able to communicate with each other. Always trying to, even after this podcast, we'll be like, hey, this is going on, like that's been that communication, and having it all like, hey, it doesn't take, it's not hard, it's not really hard, it doesn't take much. You just have to have that will to take the first step and get that breakthrough. It's just that's pretty much it. Like, that's, trying to let them know, like, hey, me and you could do it, what's holding them back?
Yeah. I think we can wrap it up right there. So I want to thank everybody for watching our video, for watching episode 2 about Altar Bros. Even real quick, just kind of throw it out there. Our name, Altar Bros, and why we even chose Altar Bros as, our name for this podcast. Basically, it's just Altar Bros is a combination of, the altar, which us as we serve God. We're up at the altar, like we serve on the worship team, right? And then just us, we being brothers, we're basically, since we met, we became brothers, we became family, and we just continue to just be like that. And so we just took that, those two ideas, and we're like, you know what, we can just call it, I don't think anybody used that name, Altar Bro. So it's just bringing the service to God, bringing him the glory to God, and just doing it as brothers and uniting our families, and just growing each other, and growing each other mentally, and inspiring each other to keep moving forward, and start changing habits, and trying to move towards the future, and with an actual plan to not just a retirement plan, but a plan to just be financially free and actually have time to be with the family. Exactly. And be able to, be able to travel. Like if we're able to get to that point where we got, financial freedom, I'll be able to move back to LA, because I ain't even got to worry about work. I could live over there in Manhattan Beach, and then just drive, you know what I mean? But again, so Altar Bro just came from that. It just came from, we both we haven't served together up in the front, but he served in all the churches that he would be going to, he would serve. And same with me, and even to this day, we still serve in the front. So again, thank everybody. Thank you all for joining in. And give us any ideas, any comments, comment down below, what we should talk about. Comment down what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the topics that we talked about today? What do y'all think about crypto? Or do you think is it a dumb idea? Do you know what I mean? But based off everybody else's gains, but we can debate that, right? We can debate about that. If you don't think, people are just gonna lose their money tomorrow, let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us know what else we could talk about, what y'all felt about this podcast, and we'll go from there. So,
same, thank you guys. Appreciate it, listeners and viewers. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down there below. And hope to listen and be able to read the comeback back over there. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you guys.